fellow commanders. Today I have something a little bit different for you. We're going to take a look at the console beep command in PowerShell, which is not only interesting but can add a touch of fun to your scripting endeavors. I'm Commander Kiwi with scriptcommander.io. Let's jump right in. The console beep command might not be the most common, but it can be a gem for those who want to add either a bit of fun or practicality to their scripts. So if you do brackets console : beep, this command is going to be looking for two parameters. The first is the frequency at which the tone is generated, and the second is the duration. So this will be operating at 440, which is an A in the world of music, and then 1000, which is the duration. There we go. So very simple, but possibilities are kind of endless. You can use this to alert users, you can use this to signal the completion of a script, or you can just have some fun with it, which is what we're going to do today. So let's create an array where we can store a list of variables, and I'm going to call my array musical notes. And I'm going to format this like it's a CSV, so I can then use convert from CSV and treat it more like an object. So for my CSV array here, I'm going to give it headers, and then I'm going to add a couple notes. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple right now. And if we run that, there's our list. And what's nice about this format is then you can use a convert from CSV command and get that into an object that can be used, which is what I'm going to do. Let's run it and then check our object. Perfect. Alright, now that we have an object that we can iterate through, let's create the loop that's actually going to run our fun little song we're going to create. So again, this variable in the for each loop, it can be anything. I'm going to use for each beat in music, and then I need to define what I want to do on each loop. For the first thing I want it to do is I want it to take a pause. I don't want these variables tripping over one another, especially since I'm working with audio. I want to make sure that it has time to generate the tone and that it makes sense, that there's some type of flow to the music itself. So next thing we need to do is we need to define our variables from inside the loop. So the way you do this is you say beat dot and then that column header that we defined. So for frequency, and then one for duration. Alright, last thing we need to do is pull back in our console beep command. But this time, instead of specifying what it is, we are going to use our variables. So each time it runs through, it's going to pull in each one of our notes that we've specified and the duration. So if you have frequency and duration, you can list things like an A. I don't know what 1000 would be, but let's list them out. Let's try to run this first. So we should hear two notes, two different pitches, for two different durations. And I apologize, I forgot my N. You probably caught that. Alright, there were our two notes, two different pitches, two different durations. I have some pre-made notes pulled up that I found that we're going to use for sake of time. So let me paste those in over here. So you can see I've got very specific frequencies listed, very specific durations listed for each of these. And let's see what we've created. Alright, if you didn't catch it, that was supposed to be Jingle Bells. So I found a website out there that can tell you what frequency to run for a specific note, and then I just looked up the song Jingle Bells and found a very simple version of Jingle Bells and found the notes and then matched them over to the frequencies. For quarter notes I used 500 milliseconds, for half notes 1000, and for whole notes 2000, and I didn't think it sounded too bad. But yeah, you can add a little song to play after your script runs, or just create different songs in general just for fun. Why not? Have fun. But I appreciate you tuning in today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't already.